Alright, y'all, we officially have the new NBA season formally underway as we have had our first blockbuster trade of the offseason as the Thunder are officially letting go of Chris Paul and Abdel Nader to the Phoenix Suns. In return, they're getting Ricky Rubio, Kelly Oubre, Ty Jerome, Jalen LeCue, and a 2022 first round pick. Obviously, a huge get for the Phoenix Suns as they have looked to build upon their 8-0 bubble experience, and they have done just that. They've upgraded a position of need at point guard. They're getting a great backcourt duo and mate for Devin Booker. And all in all, Chris Paul is just going to be such a good mentor to whoever their bench point guard is going to be. I assume they're going to take one in the upcoming draft. Could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, Devin Booker is going to get some mentoring from Chris Paul. I bet Paul will have a great impact on DeAndre Ayton as well, as he's still raw and young and has a lot of potential. Overall, this entire Phoenix Suns team is just full of young guys with a ton of potential who have already shown off a little bit of their untapped potential, and Chris Paul is just going to help them grow and mature and just reach deep within inside. Amazing pickup for the Phoenix Suns. They didn't even have to trade their 10th overall pick in this upcoming draft, which I understand that these picks aren't necessarily super valuable, but it's still great for them that they can still, get a good bench piece at that 10th overall spot. As I imagine there's plenty of, I've heard a lot of names like Desmond Bane, Aaron Nesmith, Kyra Lewis, guys like that, either a good shooter, a good bench point guard. The Suns have a lot of options and avenues they could go down in terms of that pick. And as Phoenix's hot streak continues, we do have to remember to temper expectations a little bit. I understand that it's fresh news, exciting news. It's a young and upcoming team who looks like they're ready to make a push for contention, but I'm just not quite sure if this Suns team is on the level of a Lakers or a Clippers or a team like that in the West. Don't get me wrong, they're definitely going to, at least without injuries or any sort of other issues, they're definitely primed to make a deep playoff run, or at least, potentially be a top seed in the West. I personally think they'll probably finish middle of the pack just because there are so many stacked teams in the West. But again, looking towards the future in this case, Chris Paul is going to be their bridge from where they were, knocking on the doorsteps of the playoffs, fighting for the 8 seed. Chris Paul is now going to elevate them to a contending roster, which is all you really need at this point for the Phoenix Suns. As for the Thunder, obviously they're getting back Kelly Oubre, who's going to help fill in that wing position needs right now for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're losing Gallinari. They were starting Darius Bazley at the end of last season, so definitely could use some help in that department. Oubre can give them at least 1 year. I know that's all that's left on his contract, but he'll give them a nice scoring boost. He'll be a great starting caliber player. They also get back Ricky Rubio, who is just going to be a great bench point guard. Might even start for them for a few games here and there. But again, he's just going to be a great mentor, much like Chris Paul was to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and all the other young guys that they're going to have on that team. Ty Jerome and Jalen LeCue, they're going to be some bench fillers for now. They could potentially see some rotational minutes as the Thunder are going to be a very young team with a lot of holes to fill. And I haven't looked too much into it, but from the reports I've been seeing, that 2022 draft pick, first round draft pick, could actually end up being a pretty good one, seeing as the Suns could fall apart in these next couple of years, or just in general that draft class is apparently supposed to be really good right now. So even getting that pick, although it might not seem like much right now, it'll be worth it down the line. Overall, Presti just did a very good job of making 2 wonderful trades with Chris Paul in order to stack and just accumulate draft picks and other assets for a team that's primed for a very just voluptuous rebuild for over these next couple of years. I saw one tweet earlier that said that the Thunder now have 17 first-round picks from now until 2027, which is completely absurd. They have just been robbing teams left and right. Obviously, with the Westbrook trade, traded Westbrook for Chris Paul and picks, and now they're trading Chris Paul for other players and a pick. And again, just amazing work done by Sam Presti over at the Thunder. This also means that in addition to the Dennis Schroeder trade, which I will also be making a video about, the Thunder now are without 2 of their better scorers that they had in their lineup this past season. They also are most likely going to lose Gallinari. all that put together, this is slowly becoming Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's team to take over and be the leader of. Pair that also with the fact that the Thunder will most likely not be making the playoffs again next season, but that's okay. This is going to be one of the first years in a hopefully short but great rebuild, although they have plenty of chances in terms of picks to, maybe take some chances here and there. But overall, Thunder fans should be excited for their future. There's going to be a lot of young talent coming in, and you're going to be able to just watch some exciting young players hopefully grow and develop and build a good team over time. And then to wrap it up, I just wanted to switch back over to the Suns for a second, talk about what their new starting lineup's going to be looking like with Chris Paul. Obviously, it's going to be Paul at the 1. You're going to have Devin Booker at the 2, who seems like he has turned the corner and is looking more and more like an all-star, maybe even all-NBA talent level player. You're going to have Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson at the wings, 3 and 4 for now, although I'm assuming they're probably going to be amongst a lot of discussions in this upcoming free agency with guys like Danilo Gallinari, just wing scorers and just other talents like him who they might spend a little bit of money on. And then obviously you have DeAndre Ayton at the 5, former first round pick, 2 years in now, is looking like he's going to be a very solid double-double threat and slowly extending his range. The bench might still need some work, but obviously the players they traded, Oubre and Rubio, they were expendable. Jalen Lecque and Ty Jerome also, they were expendable. They were just bench rotation guys in the first place anyway for the Suns, so not too much missing there. And overall, in terms of their future, the Suns really didn't have to give up too many big portions. They're able to keep their 3 or even 4 best players in this trade deal, and they still ended up with the best player in the offer overall in Chris Paul. So again, just another great job on both sides, honestly. Presti getting more picks out of Chris Paul, and just the Suns being able to bring on this generational talent, even though he is a little bit up there in age. We just saw last season Chris Paul was getting a good amount of MVP votes. So again, all of this it'll be exciting to see what the Suns do in this upcoming season. Hopefully everyone stays healthy and we get to watch the full experience. With that being said, that'll be it for this trade video. As always, drop your comments down below on what you think about the trade. And while you're down there, maybe hit the like button, maybe hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content. And as always, thank you for watching.